MAC is coming to Sephora, not only Ulta. POVB Beauty by Michaela is already launching makeup, and Kering and L'Oreal just did the biggest, not the biggest, but a really big deal, business deal in the makeup community that has rocked the entire community and might change which ones are considered the big brands in the future. Welcome to this week's new makeup releases, where we are going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peek. I'm going to let you know how I feel about these things, and then you let me know how you feel about these things down in the comments. I've been doing this video for every week for like 8-9 years at this point, and I love discussing what's new in the community. This is just a way for us to chat about the makeup news without having to actually, you know, spend our money on it, actually purchase it. So see this as like window shopping with a sprinkle of gossip. Who doesn't like that? Also, this will be my member exclusive tutorial for this month. This is going to be live this weekend. I know also I'm gonna have my member exclusive Zoom call for the tier 2 and tier 3 of my membership. That is happening on Sunday. Usually I do them either on Fridays or Saturdays, but it is Halloween this weekend and I'm actually going to a Halloween party myself. I know it's gonna be so much fun. So I thought maybe on Sunday instead. And if you are part of my membership, the member tutorial is gonna be live for everyone this weekend, and for tier 2 and tier 3, the member exclusive Zoom is gonna be on Sunday. I already posted about it in the community tab, and if you're watching this well before Sunday and you want to partake, even if you sign up today, you can still partake. I also save the chats so that you can watch them back in case you want to have something in the background to keep you company when you're doing stuff. All the information about my membership is always down below in the description box or in the button next to the subscribe button. And remember, the membership is totally optional. There's no need to partake in it. I will still be uploading videos per usual, even if you're not part of it. Now let's start talking about a couple of new brands that are moving into different locations. And I want to start with the fact that MAC is coming to Sephora. I gotta say, wait, let me scoochie. Picture. I gotta say, this does surprise me a little bit. And I say that only because I haven't felt like MAC has been a super hyped brand as of late. But maybe that is just me not picking up the jives. And I feel like Sephora has taken in a lot of brands as of late, and it makes me think, will this be online exclusive? Will they be having a big gondola in Sephora's? What brand is going out? What do you think? And if you have insider information, let me know, because I don't think this is a somewhat qualified guess. You know, sometimes you say you do like a stab in the dark. This is a stab in broad daylight. I don't see MAC being a end cap kind of a brand. I don't see them being that. With that being said though, I have seen MAC release quite a lot of new products as of late, and it seems like they're in a little bit of a resurgence. I also do know that they have a new, I think, creative director since, was it this year or last year? So I definitely think that some things have been set in motion, and maybe they're like, this is like the resurgence of MAC. So maybe this is exactly what MAC needs. I talked about a new MAC lipstick last week, and they're also coming out with some like Dazzle lip crayons, right? Am I totally right about that? Dazzlelips Crayon. Listen, it was close. And I've seen some swatches of these and they actually look really pretty. Do you remember that I said that I really thought that lip crayons could make a comeback? We've seen some things in the neighborhood, but not as much as I actually thought, because I thought that we see some makeup products, you know, again, we're in the pendulum. Nothing is ever gone forever. Everything comes back in time. And I said it would not surprise me if lip crayons are the things that is coming back. And now MAC are releasing these. I've seen some other brands, but it hasn't been like a lot. And I've also said that I do think that the lip balms in a tube and the clicky stick lip balms, I do think we are getting a little bit tired of those, and we're going to be able to see different formulas coming up. And I'm wondering if like what the next thing is going to be. Not that people are ever going to be tired of lip balms, I don't think that, but pendulum always swings, and then people are feeling something else for a couple of years. I've said that I think matte lips are making a comeback. I'm even wearing a matte lip today in an orange. I love me a good orange. So yeah, I would love to hear what you think about this, and I would love to hear your thoughts about what you think about MAC coming into Sephora. Do you think you're gonna have a big gondola? Who do you think is gonna be out? What do you think it's gonna look like? Is it gonna be online exclusive? I would love to hear about it, because I do think this is a big splash, and I'm wondering what this will mean both for MAC and for Sephora. Another brand that is coming soon, and this is actually to Sephora UK, and that is that Rhode is also going to be launching at Sephora UK. And I think this is probably a really smart move. I think we've all heard the news, and if you haven't, I'll be the first one to tell you. Rhode Beauty launching at Sephora was actually the biggest financial launch at Sephora to date. Don't underestimate the power of a like social media hype brand. I've actually seen the gondola in store when I was in Orlando, and the gondola is beautiful. It is giving almost like a pillowy plastic balloon space retro vibe. That makes no sense. But when you see the gondola, you're going to be like, oh, I get exactly what she's saying. I actually think the gondola is beautiful, and I'm excited for Sephora UK to have it as well. Another brand that is coming to other places is that Amika is coming to Ulta. I love Amika. I think Amika has one of the most best smelling hair care brands in the business. It is just a beautiful, wonderful smelling hair brand, and I do like the products a lot as well. I really like their flash mask. I did rebuy that. I think as you're seeing this, I wonder if my... Okay, let's continue talking about Amika. Amika is launching at Ulta. Amika is amazing. Definitely check it out. I'm excited for it to be at Ulta. Ulta has a lot of hair care brands, and that makes sense. Now, let's talk about what I actually want to talk about. I forgot to say, the Sephora sale is open for Rouge right now, and I probably already posted my Sephora haul, and in that Sephora haul, I did repurchase one of the Amika products that I used up, and I loved it so much that I want to repurchase it. And I also did buy the new Amika fragrance spray. So do check out my haul and see what I bought from Sephora. See if you agree with me, if you think I wasted my money. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. I think the video either has already gone live or it's going live real soon. So definitely check that one out if you want a nosy. I'm nosy. Oh, it's one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube is people's recommendations for the Sephora sale. I love watching that. You know, love, not even for shopping purposes, just being like, what do you actually love? Because it's a favorites video. I mean, that's what it is. It's a favorites video. I had mine live this week. If you missed it, you definitely should go and check it out. I really try to be very thorough, talking about my favorites in each category without like mentioning too many favorites in each category. And I also love seeing people's Sephora hauls. I love seeing what people pick up and also what they repurchase, because I think it's just so interesting to see when it comes down to it, what are the things you actually are picking up. I don't watch those on like TikTok that are like, I spent $2,000 on stuff. I don't want that. I don't want people showing me how they spent $2,000 in a minute and a half. I'm not interested. But I do love the YouTube videos where people like go through the products and tell me why they picked up the different things. I do like an old-fashioned haul if it contains a little bit of extra information. So my video is probably live soon, and the code is everything at Sephora. And if you're a Rouge, the sale is already live. And if you are not Rouge, I think it opens on the 4th, right? I will leave all the info down below together with my affiliate links for Sephora. I might put down another order because there's a few things that I wouldn't mind trying. So maybe. Speaking of new things that are launching at Sephora that you can pick up during the sale, one of them actually being the one we talked about before, the Huda Beauty upcoming blush palettes. This is a quad. When I saw the first pictures, I actually thought that this was going to be a highlighter, a bronzer, and 2 blushes. But nay, that is not what it is. This is 4 blushes, and one of them is a shimmery version. I've seen these in store now. I've swatched them, and they look delicious. Absolutely delicious. I don't know if I'm receiving these in PR or not. I do tend to get Huda Beauty PR, so I'll be trying them out either way. If I get them in PR, I will try out all the shades, or maybe at least 2 of them, and show you. And if I don't get it in PR, which is again totally fine, I will buy the pink one because it looked so fun and bright in store, and I was like, okay, I am ready for this. Another thing that is launching, and I think this is launching throughout the Sephora sale as well, is the new shade in Tower 28's LipSofties. These are their version of the squeezy lip balms. This is a lip treatment with a little bit of color. I actually really like these because they're pretty thin, which sometimes is really nice. This one is I think their first sparkly one. So this is the Iced Dulce de Leche LipSoftie And it is available on their website, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be launching at Sephora as well if you want to get a little bit of a discount. Another thing that I think is launching at Sephora during this time, might be these. I'm not 100% sure because Tarte has a way of launching some things on their website, some things only at Sephora, some things only at like Ulta. It's a mismatch of things. So I don't know if these are launching at Sephora or not, but you can keep an eye open for this. But you have no idea the way I gasped and ended it with a giggle when I saw this, because everything old is new again. What do you mean these are back? What do you mean that these little pots with a shimmer where you have to dig your brush into, what do you mean that those are back? I am shocked with the amount of old formulas and old packaging has come back into new production in 2025. Last week we saw those like eyeshadow poofs where you like screw it on and the eyeshadow is on the poof in a pen. Who asked for that back? Surely wasn't me. With this one, sure, I'm sure it can be really beautiful. But again, if you're looking for a really sparkly topper, I'm so... Part of me is like, oh my god, this is so much fun. Give me the retro. Can you say something from 2015 is retro? Have you seen now that people are dressing up in the clothes for Halloween? The clothes for like, they're going to masquerades and they're dressing up the way we grew up. Like a 90s kid. And I'm just like, stabbed to the heart. That's how I felt when I called 2015 retro. I'm just saying, part of me is feeling like some of these things, when they're coming back, I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm so happy they're back. Part of me is also like, could we not spend more time into thinking about new exciting things instead of just cycling through old things? I don't know. How do you feel about this? This is the Glow Pot Eyeshadow Jewelry for your lids. This is your go-to for a party-ready look that steals the spotlight. It's a pot with a foil finish, blah, 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 4 radiant shades. It's like 2 versions of gold and 2 versions of pink. Very tart. Oh, it says you can use it as a highlighter as well. Good for you. $30 each. Ma'am. $30 for a pot? What are they smoking over at Tarte? $30 for a single eyeshadow from Tarte? That looks like this? We need to do a wellness check with Tarte because they are not okay. Another new collection that is launching, and this looks very interesting, is from Moira. This is called the Chic collection and it has dropped at their website. This is going to be shimmery glosses, satin lipsticks, and cheek liners. 8 different shades in all of them. It's nudes. They look really nice. And the thing that makes me intrigued by this is that Moira actually has a really nice both lip liner formula and lipstick formula. I don't know about the glosses, I've never tried them, but I'm kind of intrigued to see what this is. I mean, when you look at it like this, it all kind of just looks a little bit samey, but I still like how it looks. And I'm kind of like, this could be something. I don't know if I'm gonna pick this up or not, but I gotta say this collection does look really pretty and I am like contemplating it. There's also been 2 new products from e.l.f. and this is the O Face, which is their lipstick that is a satin lipstick, but this says that it is an O Face Shimmer Balm. And it says, get ready for your big frosted finish. Ooh, again, the frosted lips are back. Love that for you, not for me. No, not for me, for you. The Shimmer Balm gives you a pearlescent lip look and a sheer, buttery, smooth balm in 2 limited edition shades for the holiday. Again, that you keep that. Frosty lips, best of luck. Peace out. We've also seen a new product from Covergirl, and this is their version, I'm guessing, of the squeezy lip balms. Again, I've said this so many times before, but I have said that usually things get innovated by indie brands. Not in this case, clearly, but either indie brands or smaller brands. They're usually the ones to come along with a little bit of innovation. And then it starts trickling down to the either bigger indie brands or the mainstream high-end but not luxury brands. We're talking like Tarte, ABH, you know, brands like that. And then when it's reached its end station, that is when it ends up at the drugstore brands and the luxury brands. And now we have seen the squeezy bombs from Dior and the squeezy bombs from Covergirl, and that's why I'm saying I think this is the end of the line. This is like the rise and fall of Labubus, okay? Eventually people are just sick and tired of them, and then we have people sitting at home with 1,000 Labubus or 1,000 lip balms in a squeezy tube, and I think we're gonna see the rise of something else instead. Will it be lip crayons? Will it be matte lips? Nobody knows. But this is this squishy, I do love the name, Squishy Glaze Lip Butter Balms, $11.99. It comes in, I think, 5 different flavors and shades. And then there is a jammy lip sleeping mask. It's lavender scented. Listen, I don't want anything lavender close to me, especially not on the lips. Ugh, absolutely not. What are the flavors on these? We have raspberry, grape, vanilla marshmallow, fresh plum, and peach gummies. Those are interesting flavors. Grape, like a green grape squishy bomb. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. But again, do I need a new I need a new one of these like I need a hole in my head, okay? And I'm saying that to you as well. Do you need a new squishy bomb? I don't think you do. With love. Maybe you do, but you probably don't. Speaking of squishy bombs, there is a new collection coming from Colourpop, and I do think I'm getting this one in PR because I do have a label created for a PR package from Colourpop, and this is going to be their Fresh Kiss lip mask, lip scrub, and lip balm. This is going to be a like candy cane for the holidays, and you know I'm very, very weak for a sweet mint. Very, very weak for a sweet mint, so I can see myself keeping and using this one for that very reason, that it is sweet mint, because that is one of my, I have so many Achilles heels. Listen, I have so many Achilles heels that I'm like the centipede of Achilles, okay? That's where I'm at. I'm doomed. Anyways, this one is launching soon. It is coming to Colourpop. Oh, it's already available on Colourpop. It's coming to Amazon Beauty and it's coming to Target. On Colourpop, you can use my code Angeshka with Colourpop and you'll get some money off. I'm not sure if this is coming to Ulta as well because it didn't say anything here. Speaking of some holiday things, we also have this new palette from Bella Beauté, but they literally just ninja released this. I got this in PR and I was like, oh, this is so cute. I opened it up the day before I went to the Romantasy Book Con in Orlando. I already have a vlog up. I went this weekend and I already have a vlog up on my second channel in case you want to see what we did and how it was. And I opened the package the day before I went to the Romantasy Book Con. I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. Didn't do anything with it because little did I know she's launching it that Sunday. So this one has already launched. This is the Come Play With Us. This is I think it's like a Shining inspired palette by Bella Beauté bar. It is giving me holiday feels with the blues and the red and the green, but then it's like a Halloween outside, which I think is really smart because this one is launching it launched literally the Sunday before Halloween. I don't know if people got their orders in time. I'm just saying it's smart that it's a holiday themed color story on the inside because at least now I can use it like through the holiday. I've seen the palette, it's downstairs. It looks incredible. You can use my code Angeshka with Bella Beauté bar and get some money off. And I do have 3 new palettes. Actually, I have 3 new palettes. I'll talk about all 3 of them here. And I thought I'll do another one of those for palettes for looks, but then I saw the views on the last one. And honestly, the views of all of my last videos have made me feel like maybe I shouldn't be uploading YouTube videos at all. And that will be something that I will reconsider for 2026. Because I have said that I do want to put more effort into Cinch and my views is showing me that maybe I definitely should be doing that instead of YouTube. But I gotta say, the views are so low that I think I will not do it for palettes for looks. I was thinking I was gonna do it, but I don't think I will because it's just way too much work for that amount of views. So I think I'm gonna do shorts instead. And I hope you'll be okay with it. I just cannot work for 4 days for something that gets that amount of views. It's not possible. But I can already tell you this looks absolutely delicious. Those blue shades, you know, those like clear, like cornflower blues, they're so pretty. They're so up my alley. I am very excited about those. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do like a monochromatic look? Do you want me to introduce both? both, and I'm just gonna say 3 things. Wow, grammar out the window. But do you want me to introduce the color story of this palette, that is the green, the blue, and the red? You want me to do something with all of it? Let me know down below. Let's also talk about the new Nomad palette. And like I said, I was gonna include this one and that one as well, but I'm not gonna do that now because it's just, I need to be smarter with my time than that. I cannot be working 14-hour days and just it makes no sense. I need to be like, work smarter, not harder. And I've definitely been working harder, not smarter lately. And they are doing a Christmas palette. I mean, you can clearly see, I'm showing a bunch of clues here that they've been giving. You can clearly see that it is a Christmas inspired palette. And I gotta say, I got this packaging, I opened it, I even showed my husband, and he was like, oh, that's so smart. Because it is. I showed Lisa as well, because she was here. The packaging is genius. Like, it's so genius. And if you're European, I don't know if the reference is gonna hit home as much for an American as it does for European. I don't know. You're gonna have to let me know once you see everything. But as a European, this was the most nostalgic Christmas themed palette I have ever seen. It is so wonderful, and the theming, everything, the details in the packaging, I'm very excited. And it is, without giving too many clues away, because I think they're giving the destination away today actually, it is giving homage to where Nomad Cosmetics actually moved. Because if you didn't know, Nomad Cosmetics used to be a US based indie brand, but they actually moved to the EU. Jealous, I'll follow them in 2026. So this palette is actually paying a little bit of homage to their new home. If you know, you know. Let's talk about the third palette then, because we do have a sneak peek. We have not seen the full palette, we've just seen a sneak peek, and this is from Simply Posh Cosmetics, and they are saying, oh snap, our holiday launch is just around the corner. Our reveal will be within the next few days, and our launch is launching later next week. You can use code Angeshka with all these 3 brands, Bella Beauté Bar, Nomad Cosmetics, Simply Posh. You can use code Angeshka and get some money off. This picture very much represents what they're releasing. I can just say that. And when I opened it, what I actually said was finally. I said finally, and when you see it, you'll get it. But yeah, I'm very excited about this one too. We've also seen this new palette that is from Give Me Glow, and they are launching a really large palette. And this is a neutral palette with not even a pop, but like a section of green. I think it looks really cute, and if you like neutral palettes, maybe this could be for you. There is 6 different quads. It says it's coming soon to their website, and I do like how it looks. I think it looks really pretty. I do prefer myself warmer greens as well, but I don't think that this is a bad palette in any way, shape, or form. And I think a lot of people will say, please, no more warm tones, please give us all the cool tones. It's just a matter of preference, but I did want to let you know about that one too. Boy Smells, that is a brand that I really enjoy their fragrances from, is coming out with Shimmer Mist. So this is going to be a body mist, hair and body mist, but that has shimmer in it as well. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to opt out of this one. This one is going to be limited edition. There's going to be one that's called Cherry Slay. It's a sparkling amaretto spritz. So it's going to be like champagne. It's going to be almonds. It's going to be pink and silver shimmer, and then it's going to be a black cherry and oak wood as well. Then there is Chestnut Cheeks, which is a warm sugar must, and then a gold shimmer in it. Roasted chestnuts, peony, and brown sugar. I actually have, let me show you. I actually have here, and I haven't used them enough. These are the sprays by Boy Smells that they originally released. This is what they look like, and the packaging is fantastic. I love the rounded edges and the sleek, like everything is so beautiful. The thing about these is the spritzer is amazing. The thing about the scents is that they are too generic. They're too generic for being Boy Smells. Boy Smells can do better than this. And I think that was the thing with the body scents, where I was like, that's a little flat and generic for being Boy Smells, because Boy Smells does really interesting and bold choices that doesn't always make sense. And these just, oh, it's a little sweet and florally. This is Fruity Lips. Sure. Raspberry, cherry blossom, cocoa butter. Sure. It's just sweet raspberry with a lot of like cherry blossom. It's nothing wrong with it, but like I'm not like blown away. And that's why I haven't bought any of the other like fragrance sprays, because I was like, I don't know. I'm not convinced. You know what it smells like? It almost smells like plastic. And I think this is the one that's supposed to smell like an old school lip balm. And it does. But also, like, did I want that? I mean, I bought it, so who's the fool? Clearly me. I'm just saying, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. We are getting new matte bullet lipsticks from Maybelline. This is the Moisturizing Serum Lipsticks. They are going to be $9.99 each. This is a hydrating lipstick with hyaluronic acid that goes on like a traditional bullet lipstick and moisturizes like a serum. Maybe some of them are satin actually, because when I'm looking at the tubes, it seems like some, yeah, satins and mattes. If I just scrolled, that would help. Patience, definitely not one of my virtues. Oh my god. Somebody once called me patient in front of my mom and she snorted. That's when you know that's just not true. Because she knows. I always say I have the patience of a hungry 2-year-old. I want it now. I have zero chill. But this is going to be some matte ones and some satin ones. 8 matte, 8 satins coming soon. And I could be convinced. Some of these matte shades look really, really pretty. I like this one. This like almost like muted corally red. I could be about that. So I'm intrigued actually to try this one out. This is one of those that I actually might try out. We also have, and this is a sneak peek from Trendmood, and I saw some people talking about this and saying, is this makeup? So Trendmood is saying a new chapter. So what's coming next for Trendmood? And this one has a couple of comments and nobody's really... yes, some people are guessing what I was gonna guess as well. No, I said no one is really guessing what it is. A lot of people are just saying congratulations. But this one says it does look like Trendmood skincare, and it does look like skincare. If you scroll through the pictures, you can see that one of them, and maybe that's the one I'm showing you here as well, you can see that they look like one of them makes it look a little deeper, like it's like a container for like cream or something. I also think that it's not refined enough. I say that with love, but it's not refined enough to be a makeup container. That's why I'm thinking they could get away with it being a skincare container. I'm also thinking this might be a sample packaging, and that maybe this is something they're sending out in the Trendmood box for people to try out while it's going into production in the real pack. There are so many different things that you can do with this kind of a thing, but I'm excited to see what she is doing, even though I will say I sometimes cringe when I see the power that Trendmood has in this community, because she, and I don't think enough people think about, I think Sophie is really nice. I do like Sophie, but I also think we sometimes need to remember that Sophie doesn't talk about all the makeup news. Think about the brands she doesn't talk about as well. Again, I don't know her. She seems really sweet. I have nothing against her. And I do like to see people succeed, but I also don't like a monopoly. And I do want people to remember, not only, don't forget to pay attention to the things people are not saying as well. That's what I wanted to say. Oh my god, can we quickly talk about this? Because I giggled so much when I saw this. You know I like Skims. I think Skims is a great brand. They make really, really amazing underwear and like loungewear. And they had a nipple bra. Am I gonna get demonetized? Don't demonetize me. They had a Fipple bra. I am going to hell. This is now their new version of that in the let's release stuff for just for the fun of it, and they are releasing the bush thong. You know what? Can we have the return of body hair? I would not mind that at all, or at least the return of the option of body hair, because without being shimmy, you can, but you'll hear about it. But yeah, they have now released thongs covered in 12 hues so you can get your correct shade of synthetic pubic hair. Yeah. This was $32 each and it's already sold out. You know what? In a way, I just like, I do salute brands that are just, they're here for the meme. They're just having fun with it. Like, zero fluffs given. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Do I want it? No. I mean, listen, just grow out your own, but it's kind of fun. There is a new collab between Salt New York and Hannah Louise posting. I am so excited to see this. I love both Salt New York and Hannah, and I think it is a match made in heaven, because I know the owner, Kiki, of Salt New York is very particular in creating, she's a makeup artist and she's very particular in creating shades that will work on everyone and creating unique shades. And we know that Hannah talks a lot about more muted shades and shades that are desaturated. I do not have a desaturated skin tone. I can literally go in with a yellow and make it work, but I totally understand that that's not the case for everyone. So there's going to be a collection with more desaturated shades for every skin tone in here. So Hannah has created her own like multi-use cream palette with desaturated grungy tones, like I said. You can select single shades or pick from quads, light, medium, or deep. And the singles are $16. The pan set is $64. The pan set with a palette is $84. I do think this one is available now. I will link it down below. I used to have a code with Salt New York. I don't know if this works on this or if it even works any longer. I have not used a lot of Salt New York on my channel. Again, because I am more like, you know, bold in your face kind of makeup. Not everybody has the same preferences with makeup, but that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate their quality, because they do really, really good things, and I'm excited for them. You can always try out my code and see if it works. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's still very much recommend checking it out, especially if you have been looking for more desaturated tones, and if you also have, if you feel like sometimes complexion products just look too colorful on your skin regardless of what you're trying. I giggled when I saw this because I feel like these celebrities are getting back to the grift of the celebrity perfume. I did see last week, I think, I didn't talk about it, but I saw that Jessica Simpson is giving it a second go at a celebrity fragrance. I think it came out at a department store, one of the ones that she has her like fashion line with, and I just find it very interesting that celebrities are like, okay, screw the makeup lines, that didn't work out. So many makeup lines from celebrities are just disappearing into the ether, like dying a slow death of just, you know, let's not talk about Bruno. And now this week I saw that Sarah Jessica Parker is releasing the lovely Noir de Parfum, and yeah, oh my god, Trendmood is literally saying what I was thinking. My whole spiel was, it's the early 2000s all over again. I have seen so many celebrity fragrances sneakily come in, and it's been the resurgence of fragrances that we quite honestly had like 2 years ago, and it's, I don't want to say it's trickling out, but I've been telling you that we now are more into body care, the body sprays, the body lotions, the scrubs, and the shower gels. We're more into that era now, but I think we're going to see even more celebrity fragrances because they always need is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, but they always need a way to diversify their income, and selling glorified merch, which a celebrity perfume is, it's not a bad idea. This is going to be a interpretation of femininity through a floral woody structure. Wow. Okay. This is pear, mandarin, jasmine, benzoin, peony, sandalwood, vetiver, amber, and patchouli. And I can tell you right now, this is going to be a generic feminine fragrance. There's nothing wrong with that. You might love that. But I'm telling you right now, that's what this is going to be. A little warm, florally feminine fragrance. It could be any of the existing Lancome fragrances on the market. I'm sure it's going to be great, but it's not going to be experimental in any way, shape, or form. While we're on the subject of fragrances, let's talk about a fragrance that I'm genuinely interested in, and this is a sneak peek from Sniff. They said that they have a holiday tradition in mint condition. Last year, they released Nonna's, I have it over here, I can't see what it says. It was something about Nonna's fruitcake, and it was like a boozy fruitcake. It was so good. I used it all through the holiday season, and I really liked it. It was such a great spin. Again, this is not going to be generic. If Sniff does something, it is not generic scents, and I am all about it. So they are going to be releasing, I think they are going to be releasing a sweet mint holiday fragrance. I feel like I need oxygen. I feel like I'm tearing up. Please let it be that. I am so excited. There is no way I'm missing this. Is this already available? Sneak peek. 6th of November. I'm putting that in my calendar. I am so excited. We'll talk more about this when I know more, but yes. 100% yes. I will buy this unseen. No notes. Let's then talk about the fact that POVB Beauty is getting into makeup really quickly, which means, I'm saying this from someone who owns a makeup brand and knows how long it takes to plan things, get things into production, blah, blah, blah. And they're also a big brand which does a lot of quantity, way more than I do. And they also do professional photo shoots, which takes a long time to plan and it costs a lot of money. And just it lays all the things that they are doing. A big brand needs a longer stretch of time for thinking of a product until you can launch it. It's just the name of the game. The smaller the brand you are, the quicker you can be with getting something on the market. So this means that POVB Beauty had this one planned and maybe already in production when they launched the skincare, which means that she already knew before she launched POVB Beauty that she was going to launch makeup, which makes it really interesting that she started with skincare. I gotta say, skin prep. I haven't tried anything of it. I will say my friend Ali did say that she really did like it and actually do enjoy it a lot. So I'm sure the products are really good. This is going to be launching on the 4th of November and it is going to be 6 different lip kits. I don't love a lip kit. I also saw Michaela swatch them on her lips and I'll see if maybe I can put up like a collage of like her having them on her lips. I'm really sorry if any of them, if they look weird when I put them up here, but it's only because I was screen saving this from a reel just to show you what they look like. I don't know if any of these are a perfect shade for me. And I say that as the weird lady here with orange lips. So I clearly realize I'm the problem. Like I'm the problem child, fully realizing that. But I don't love a lip kit and I don't love an opaque lip gloss. I like a sheer lip gloss. But with that being said, this is something different. She didn't just do another one of those liquid balms with a little bit of glitter. She did a fully opaque lip and I gotta respect her for it. I mean, that's pretty cool. I still haven't tried the brand, but if they're gonna get into even more makeup, I'm sure it's only a matter of time until I actually get into it and get to try it myself. It just will not be this product, I think. You never know. Okay, before we get into talking about the deal that L'Oreal and Kering did, let's quickly also talk about the fact that LVMH, which is the brand that owns Sephora and like Louis Vuitton, but they also own Fenty, has raised a little flag saying that they want to sell Fenty. They own a 50% stake in Fenty. I do think that Rihanna might own the other 50%, or she might, together with other investors or other people, own the other 50%. I don't know if she is the one that owns the other full 50%, but they have said that they want to sell their 50%. I read an article about it and it did say that Fenty was not doing as hot as it did before. And I'm wondering if that's true, because I feel like they had a lot of really hit products last year. That cherry collection that they released sold out instantly. I feel like everybody was raving about the lip liners and the lipsticks, the ones that I said was goopy. I didn't rave about them. I really did not like them, but I feel like a lot of people did. But I'm wondering if the rest of the line is not selling as good anymore, if the hype has not died down. Maybe they need a new hero product, like, I don't know, but this article that I read was also just speculating that if you get a new investor, if somebody comes in and buys it from LVMH, they would be able to like ingest some new like life and like maybe like reformulate, or maybe just be able to restructure the brand a little bit. You know, sometimes you do need to kill your darlings, get rid of some old stuff and pull in some new stuff just to keep a brand going, because we humans are silly like that. We think that as soon as something is not new anymore, we're not interested. We can say that's not true, but that definitely is true. And I think a lot of brands that used to have a heyday, I say back in the day, but I don't even mean back in the day, I just mean a couple of years ago, they're not doing as hot now because you always have to be on top. If you are not seen, then you don't even exist. With that being said, let's talk about the fact that Kering, if you didn't know, I told you, LVMH is a big umbrella brand, luxury umbrella brand that owns a lot of luxury brands, including Louis Vuitton. And then we have the Prada group. They own Prada, they own Versace, and they own Miu Miu. Then we have Kering, and Kering is another luxury conglomerate, and they own also a bunch of different brands that are big. The biggest one being Gucci. This is the owner of Gucci. They also own Bottega Veneta and Balenciaga. So Bottega Veneta and Balenciaga do not have any makeup, but I'm pretty sure both of them have fragrances. But they're not especially known for their fragrances outside of the luxury community because their fragrances are pretty expensive. But Gucci is in Sephora, and I have heard numbers. Where was it here that I read it? I don't know if I read it here. No, it was not this article where I read it. But the thing is that right now, the Gucci beauty line, the license is at Coty. Coty is another big beauty conglomerate, like L'Oreal, not as big. And Coty had the rights to produce Gucci makeup. So the Gucci makeup you're buying at Sephora right now, it's made under Coty. So with Kering selling all of their beauty brands, including Creed fragrance as well, to L'Oreal, it means that when Coty wants to redo their contract, I think it's in 2027 or is it 2028? 2028, they can't because L'Oreal has Gucci from 2028. That is a far way in the future, I realize, but for Coty, that means that one of their big cash cows is exiting, and with swiftness. So what are they gonna do? This is giving L'Oreal such a bigger piece of the beauty market, to a point where it's almost like, should they even be able to have this many brands under them? And it also snaps one of the brands from Coty, making L'Oreal much bigger and making Coty much smaller. So it will be very interesting to see what happens with this, and also be prepared for Gucci to go through a rebrand for 2028. I'm just calling it like it is. Okay, so that was everything. Let me scooch back to the middle again. I hope you're having an amazing Friday. I hope you have an amazing Halloween. I'm going to a Halloween party myself. It is, our neighbor is having a Halloween party, and the theming is actually not Halloween. It is mid-century masquerade. Not masquerade, but like mid-century themed as a Halloween party. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but I'll figure it out for sure. I hope you're having, like I said, an amazing weekend. There will be a member tutorial. There will be a member Zoom. Check the details in the community tab if you are a member. All the things that I talked about will be in the description box down below in case you're interested. And don't forget to check back on my Sephora videos in case you're interested in hearing some of my favorites, what I picked up, and hearing more details about the sale that's upcoming. I will have a video on Monday again, I hope, per usual. And I also will have more book videos on my second channel throughout this weekend because I had the opportunity to film a couple of videos actually. So there will be 3 videos on my second channel this week. So if you're gonna get more Angie, that's where to look. I hope you're having a great Halloween, and I'll see you soon.